The best days have been the rainy ones. They're extremely far and few between. The earth knows it. Actually, the ground is so hard I can barely do my daily exercise on it. It's been scorched and scorned by the daily southern sun. See, we don't ever water the lawn. Is that an American thing? Anyway, my gran is diligent with the plants. She waters them every day.
These are my plants. Some mint and some flowers. These are just
She waters them and she
my
says, "Oh
flowers.
my, I never thought England would see such weather." I explained to her about climate crisis, then entered deep thought about the intersections between that and corona, then about how 2020 has seen the wettest February on record and could also bring the hottest summer.
As we say locally, the river's showing its bones.
I drink water, though the water has to go through a filter. Without it, the taste of chlorine is so overpowering, it's impossible to drink. I blame Affinity Water, and no, I don't think they have an affinity for water. A report this year found that in 2019, 37,000 days worth of untreated sewage entered rivers in the UK.
I suppose it's more the water industry's dirty little secret.
Decisions that concern you and I are made far away and profit rich folk around the world. These investments have stake in a new way of colonialism and are buying up land in the global south to prevent dry futures. We, the public, essentially have no say, and we are complicit in this quite frank disaster. We are polluting and looting our supplies on a mad scale and are chopping the hand that feeds us. Anyway, that stuff gets me riled up. Lockdown is lifting and I want to go to my favourite place in the city, actually, the river. I can go on a walk from my house, follow the River Brent to its end at Brentford. It's a beautiful summer's day. I hear the ice cream van singing in the distance and watch the Thames, which is gloriously glistening. This is a place on the cusp of huge change, yet one thing remains, the river that flows through it. It always has and always will. But the river is sad, dirty, lonely, smelly, abandoned, and the Thames Basin is the most polluted in the UK. I come across something in the distance and investigate. St Paul's Primary School is visiting the railway wetlands today. Wayne, who teaches with Green Corridor, is giving them a walk around. Let's join them. Hi, I'm Wayne. I work and I manage this wetland. Dirty water from that building over there, from toilets, bathrooms and sinks, is pumped up here to be cleaned. The water is then pumped through vertical wetlands. So these are kind of, fake constructed wetlands that copy the functions of real ones. The water travels downward and the replant and other microorganisms take up dirty water and clean it by removing nitrates and phosphates. Sludge accumulates on the top over time. The sludge is then turned into compost and used locally. But at this point, the water isn't completely clean yet, so it has to go through a series of horizontal wetlands. The water moves this way, and the clean water is pumped into this water tower, and the water can be used to fulfill public services. The tower is made using local materials and invites animals to live there. I ask Wayne why this is here. At the moment, there is this one massive loop happening. Water is taken into the belly of London and chucked out the other end. So what if smaller sewer mining treatment sites such as this were established across the valley in order to prevent large-scale works that cause huge disruption and are often controversial? These micro-treatment sites can invite biodiversity, ecological knowledge and the green economy into communities. I get back home from my meandering and take a shower. I feel immediately grateful for warm running water. I think about times fetching water with the other girls when I go to my great-grandmother's house. She lives in the mountains. Immediately, water is more valuable because of the human time and effort required. But there are always enough hands to fill the pool with water for a baptism. So, years after these decentralized systems arise, thanks to the new community water trusts, wetland technology would have moved on and can treat sewage over smaller areas, can also be stacked. Water evaporates from the land. It rains. Water is soaked up by the earth and all its flora and fauna. Plant processes go on. Ecosystems work. The groundwater is recharged, meaning there's also drinkable water for humans. The river floods as it needs to, soaking up the extra water in the landscape. The river is swimmable. Fish populations are thriving, and the city does not thirst.